in New York. Well, on Tuesday, President Biden will go on to join the Prime Ministers of Australia, India and Japan for a summit of the so-called Quad Group. Now, that group is often seen as a bid to counter China's growing influence in the Indo-Pacific region. Well, ahead of the meeting, our correspondents in Sydney and Mumbai have been outlining the priorities for Australia and for India.
It's been a very busy time for Australia's new leader. In the last couple of days, Anthony Albanese won the federal election, got sworn in just before his trip to Tokyo. And he's been speaking about how important the Quad meeting is for his country. He described it as an absolute priority for Australia, a chance to send a message to the world that there is a new government and there will be new policies, especially on things like climate action. But this also comes at a very crucial time globally, of course, because of the war in Ukraine, but also because of the increasing Chinese influence in the region and the very tense relationship that Australia has with China. It's been getting worse in the last few years. The recent Chinese security pact in the Solomon Islands is really worrying for Australia. It is seen as a threat to Australia's status as a strategic partner to the Pacific countries. And so no doubt Anthony Albanese will be going in asking for support from his partners. But he has to choose his words very carefully because in addition to wanting to manage the Chinese influence in the region, he also has to figure out how his government is going to heal a very fractured relationship with Australia's key trading partner.
For India, the Quad partnership is crucial to maintaining and increasing its influence in the region. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government is looking to further cooperation in the fields of transport infrastructure, mobility of students, promoting startups, technology collaborations, and furthering cooperation in the field of vaccine alliance that was announced last year. But the subjects that's expected to loom large at this meeting is India's closeness with Russia and its calculated neutrality on the invasion of Russia. India has been an outlier in the Quad, continuing to trade with Russia amidst international sanctions. And with Joe Biden already calling India's stance on Ukraine as somewhat shaky, the US may force India to take a tougher stance. Bilateral trade talks with the United States are also on the cards. However, India has yet not firmed up its position on Joe Biden's proposed new Indo-Pacific economic framework.
Full coverage of that, of course, across the BBC. Matthew, back to you.
Ben, thanks very much. See you again tomorrow. Now.